All right, burgeoning viewers, one quick note for you. A subscriber a day in October. If we hit 31 subscribers in 31 days, one lucky subscriber will walk away with the entire Modern Horizons art card series. Additionally, a comment a day. Any subscriber that leaves a comment in every video posted by MTG Burgeoning during the month of October will become eligible for the November Pack Wars. On November 1st, a list of all subscribers that left a comment on every MTG Burgeoning video during the month of October will be compiled, and from this list, one subscriber will be randomly chosen to participate in the November Pack Wars. So hope for peace, but prepare for war. Welcome back, MTG Burgeoning community. Here we are again on another Top 10s Day Wednesday. That's right, baby. We're still owning the slogan. We are owning it. And in today's video, we are going to examine an EDH Top 10 list of the most played cards from Shadows over Innistrad. MTG Burgeoning subscribers and viewers, welcome back. Here we are with another one of our top 10 lists, and it makes me feel so happy to bring to you a top 10 list from one of my all-time favorite sets, Shadows over Innistrad. And here we have the most played cards, the top 10 played in EDH from Shadows over Innistrad. And like previous installments of this top 10 series, we are not considering any reprints in the set, and we are not considering any lands in the set. We are just looking at original spells printed in Shadows over Innistrad. So if you are a fan of spells, if you are a fan of blue, if you are a fan of red, if you are Izzet to the bone, then this video is going to gravely disappoint you because those two colors are absent from this top 10. So if those are your true colors, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time. For everyone else, here we go. We're going to start off with number 10, and it's a legendary human soldier, Odric, Lunarch Marshal. For 3 and a white, it's a 3/3, and at the beginning of each combat, creatures we control gain first strike until end of turn if a creature we control has first strike. The same is true for flying, death touch, double strike, haste, hexproof, indestructible, lifelink, menace, reach, skulk, trample, and vigilance. That's a lot of abilities. Odric Lunarch Marshal comes in at number 10. Number 9, we're going green, and it's our first mythic rare, not our last. Seasons Past. 4 and 2 green. We return any number of cards with different converted mana costs from our graveyard to our hand. Put Seasons Past on the bottom of its owner's library. This is fantastic to just keep casting over and over and over again. And keep in mind, folks, lands have a converted mana cost of 0. So if you cast Seasons Past, make sure you grab one of those lands from your graveyard and put it into your hand. Seasons Past is number 9. Number 8. A second consecutive green mythic rare, we have the Ulvenwald Hydra. 4 and double green. This Hydra with reaches, power, and toughness are each equal to the number of lands we control. And when Ulvenwald Hydra enters the battlefield, we may search our library for a land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle our library. Pay close attention to that text, folks. It says search your library for a land card. Not a basic land. Any land in the deck is coming out and going right onto the battlefield tapped. Ulvenwald Hydra is number 8 on our top 10 list. Number 7, and again, green mythic rare. This one has a splash of black with it too, and one of the most fierce commanders coming out from the set. The Gitrog Monster. 3 black and a green. It's a 6/6 legendary frog horror with death touch. At the beginning of our upkeep, we sacrifice the Gitrog Monster unless we sacrifice a land. We may play an additional land on each of our turns. Whenever one or more land cards are put into our graveyard from anywhere, draw a card. The Gitrog monster can helm what only can be considered a very broken Golgari deck that features Dakmar Salvage. What are some of the other specific spells in that? And it ends with like an Exsanguinate, where you just continuously do the ability of sacrificing the land and then dredging it up. And if you ever played against it, you know it's a nightmare. It ran pretty rampant in one of the seasons of my LGS EDH tournament play. Yeah, that was a rough one. All right, so moving right along from the Gitrog monster at number 7, here we have number 6 in our 4th consecutive green card, or card with green in it, Second Harvest. Instant for 2 and 2 green. For each token you control, put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of that permanent. This is just an amazing card in any token build. I have this card in my Saskia Unyielding deck. Pretty much doubles your entire token army. Second Harvest is an awesome card. And just missing out on the top 5. So, here we go to our top 5. Number 5, our first uncommon of the top 10. And our only uncommon. Open the Armory. 1 and a white, search our library for an aura or equipment card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your library. So Open the Armory is like a demonic tutor specifically for auras or equipments. In a lot of ways, this has more benefits than Enlightened Tutor. It's just one more converted mana cost. It's just the colorless additional. Then it's the colorless in addition to the white. And it is a sorcery, so we don't have the instant speed. But with Enlightened Tutor, the card goes on top of the library, so we don't have immediate access to it. With Open the Armory, it's similar to Demonic Tutor. It goes right to our hand. I guess it's like, Demonic Tutor versus Vampiric Tutor, as Open the Armory is versus Enlightened Tutor. Open the Armory has some benefits to it. I'm not saying it's better or more powerful than Enlightened Tutor, but there are a lot more benefits to Open the Armory than it may appear. And it's the only uncommon on this top 10 list. In fact, it's the only card that's not rare or mythic from Shadows over Innistrad. Okay, number 4, Eerie Interlude. 2 and a white, this instant says, exile any number of target creatures we control. Return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. This is great with blank. This is great with protection. This is great with avoiding board wipes. Eerie Interlude has a lot of different uses. It's a very versatile spell for only 2 and a white. All right, so we're down to our top 3. Number 3, and honestly, I would have thought this would have been number 1, but it's only number 3. Tireless Tracker. 2 and a green, 3/2 human scout reads, which should be landfall, but it's not. Reads, whenever a land enters the battlefield under our control, we investigate. And to investigate, we put a colorless clue artifact token onto the battlefield that has tap 2, sacrifice this artifact, draw a card. And whenever we sacrifice a clue, we put a +1/+1 counter on Tireless Tracker. Surprised that is not number 1, folks, with how popular Tireless Tracker is. And if I remember, it currently is the most valuable card in Shadows over Innistrad. Now, I'd have to double check that, because the last time I looked was, a few moons ago, but I can't imagine if it's not the most expensive. It's got to be one of the top ones. So, which 2 cards are more played than Tireless Tracker? Here's number 2, Cryptolithrite. 1 and a green, and our only enchantment of the top 10. Gives creatures we control tap, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. This is a great spell. This is very powerful. The more creatures you have, the better it is. The drawback for me is the fact that there's still the potential for Summoning Sickness to hamper this card. It comes down, and if we're also playing some additional token spells that put creatures into play, we can't tap them right away unless they have haste. So although Cryptolithrite is a pretty powerful card on its own, I don't know. For some reason, I would have thought Tireless Tracker would have been more. And that brings us to the number one played card from from Shadows over Innistrad. What is it? Of course you knew it had to be Anguished Unmaking. The greatest flavor text in the history of Magic the Gathering. For 1, a white and a black, it's an instant. We exile target non-land permanent and we lose 3 life. Any non-land permanent, just gone. Not destroyed, not bounced, not tucked, just straight to the exile zone. Losing 3 life. In our format, that's pittance. And 1 white and a black, that's extremely reasonable as well. And we'll just leave you with that flavor text. Sorin had created Avacyn. So it was a cruelty beyond imagining, a pain beyond description, that it fell upon him to end her forever. And right there, folks, is one of the biggest reasons why Shadows over Innistrad is one of MTG Burgeoning's favorite sets of all time. I hope you enjoyed this top 10. Come back again next week and we'll do it again. MTG Burgeoning out, baby. Want to become a Pack Wars combatant? 4 easy steps. Step number 1. Click on the link below in the description or go to www.buymeacoffee.com/MTG Burgeoning. Step number 2. Select either membership or support. Membership will enroll you into Pack Wars for $5 each month. Support will cost $5 for 1 month. Step number 3, complete payment information. The name you use will appear on the site. Use your real name, use your YouTube handle, or use no name at all and be anonymous. Be sure to include your email address in the information. Step number 4, most importantly, prepare for war.